This is Jamie with Bar. Welcome to our How It Works series, which is a series of short videos where we show you how the specific modules of the software work so you can decide if it would be a good fit for an inventory system at your bar. In this first video, we're going to delve into the features and functionality of our counting module. And honestly, the counting module is potentially the most important module because it's where you're going to spend the majority of your time using inventory system is doing those physical counts. In terms of why you might trust us over others to be your inventory software provider, we have a deep understanding of this honestly boring task because we've been professionally counting inventory for over 15 years. I don't mean just selling software, I mean physically going to bars and doing the counts. So naturally, when it's a boring, repetitive task, we've spent a lot of time thinking how we can make it go faster and more accurately. And the software you see today was rebuilt after 10 years of running the business. So we like to joke and say we don't like counting inventory and we're a bar inventory company. I suspect you feel the same about the issue. And so if you can find a faster, more accurate way to do it, that would probably be welcome. Let me share my screen here and we're going to delve into the details. So the key concept here is it's called shelf to software. The idea is the order of products on every shelf is mirrored in the software, so you could just fill in an existing list of items. So we start by creating zones for the main areas of the bar, like the main bar and walk-in cooler. And then we subdivide those into individual zones. So for instance, in your beer cooler, we've got a left side, middle, and right side. On a wine cooler, we've got the left side top and bottom shelves and the right side top and bottom shelves. The advantage of that is it means that once you set up the template, you can then just scan the barcodes of the existing items. We have a database of over 30,000 items, and you just look them up automatically into that counting order. Let's take a look how it works in practice. So here I am at a blank zone. I'm just going to add a few items. So when I scan the barcode of Stoli Blueberry, it knows it's the blueberry flavor in a 750 milliliter bottle. If I scan a tequila, it knows it's the Reposado. If we're adding Scottish whiskey, it can differentiate between the different ages so we don't confuse the wheated, the peated, the 12-year. All of that means that when you take inventory, it's faster and more accurate. So when we have open bottles, we simply place them onto the scale in order. You can see the software records the weight in about 2 seconds. And so we can really power through the inventory up to 500 items an hour, and normally half the time it takes us to do inventory. In those full areas, you can count as many bottles on a single line. So maybe we have 1 of these, 2 of these, 3 of these. You can use the touchscreen or the keys on your laptop. We also support iPads. When you finish counting each zone, before you go on to the next zone, you say finish, and the software asks you how many total bottles are on the shelf. So the idea is you count the individual bottles, 1 of these, 2 of these, 3 of these, and then to the total count by checking from right to left. I know the count's 6. I'm going to incorrectly put 5, and it calls out that error, so I can go back and figure out where I made a mistake so that that error is caught before it starts messing with our liquor cost and results. In terms of counting bottles of beer, they're tricky because they come in case of 24 and 6-packs. So often you've got a case where you might have, say, 3 6-packs sitting in top of 7 cases of beer. So we can just go 7 cases, 3 6-packs. And by entering those 2 different counting units on 2 different lines, it makes it faster and easier to count. You don't have to do mental math or pull out your phone. And then if you have a question around the count, it's easy to check that, yes, there's 7 cases here and 3 6-packs sitting on top. The benefit of counting into software is that when you finish the count by counting that last bottle, you can instantly see your results. So as soon as you press finalize count, you will have a product report like this one. It will be time-stamped plus a note if you've named the count, and it will tell you we've counted 162 items. The total count is this. Instantly tell you your inventory value. And then, of course, you can look at a timeline that's showing you how many items we've had on hand and the dollar value, and also the line-by-line detail of the count of each item. You can search, say, for the Tito's, look up that count. And all of this data is exportable into Excel and other formats that are friendly with popular accounting systems in restaurants. The end result of using a system that was built by people that have been doing this for 15 years is that you have a fast, accurate system that will allow you to count inventory up to 500 items an hour. We typically find that that counting speed is more than double what other systems are providing. Obviously, it takes some organization, a learning curve to get there, but it means you can half the amount of time you're spending at your bar each period counting inventory, which will be welcome for those doing weekly counts. And for those that want to be doing weekly counts, or at least better than monthly counts, because it takes less time and it's more rewarding and it gives better results, it's something hopefully that will become part of your weekly process in your business. As always, thanks for watching, and let us know if you want to see any further videos.